G'day, fellas, and welcome to Game 18 of Outback Octagon 3. Today, we're on Mega Random. We got ourselves a fun spawn. A spawn that kind of looks like Lipany, but in an 8-player FFA version of it. There are cliffs, there are deer, there are berries, and there is a lot of little annoying choke points, and there is one player in particular who sits as king in the castle. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the north of the map. Playing as the Japanese, representing the Chinese, part of Team Elephant, it's CSO. To his south, in the east, in the color teal, playing as the Juicy Legacy. Today, she's representing Team France. It's Loralia. Indeed. As our player to the east of her, who's got some villagers that are enjoying some venison steak, it is going to be representing Team Spain on the Mongols. Lucifron 7. Yum. Delicious. To his south, in the color purple, representing Team Netherlands, also known as the Dutch. Playing as the Roos, it's Don Ardi. In the south of the map, on the color red, playing as the Ayyubids, the one Australian hope we've got. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. It is Pepino Pig, aka Giacchino. She's got a beautiful little spawn down here, away from everybody. Away from everybody except Vortex. Ladies and gentlemen, in the middle of the map, in the color blue, playing as the Delhi Sultanate today. Representing Team Fox, I'm part of Team Spain. It's Vortex. What a spawn he's got. Have a look at this. I don't know how many sacred sites we've got on this map, but just from... oh, there's the third one. Okay. I was a bit worried. I was going to say, from initial impressions, it looks like Vortex may be having a very good day today. He's got one sacred site, second sacred site, but the third one is inside Don Hardy's base. So it's going to be hard for him to go for a sacred victory today. In the east, or in the west of the map, you know what? We'll do our green player first. In the color green, playing as the Holy Roman Empire. Representing Team Germany. It's Averley. And finally today, in the color orange, playing as the Abbasid dynasty, representing Team Finland, it's Kiljadi. What a spawn he's got. Have a look at this. This is just incredible stuff. So, if you take a look at his base, he's got natural walls. Naturally impassable walls, unless you really want to dig. And I've seen players that dig like Diglett. They dig like Doug Trio. They look to try and dig out. That's going to be really hard. Good luck. Maybe if we get to like 2 hours, then you can consider digging. Until then, I wouldn't bother. This is a very naturally defensive position. There's a couple little choke points through here, but it is super duper easy to wall this off and have yourself an absolute party back here. So if I'm putting down my favorites, it's gotta be Kiljadi. Don Hardy looks pretty tempting as well. He's got a beautiful spot up against the edge of the map here. No one really that close to him, especially... oh, I mean, he's got Lucifron right next door. I take it all back. It's Kiljadi. That's my favorite for this game. Now, when it comes to civilizations, we've got Averley on the Holy Roman Empire. Definitely the best civ in the lobby by far. Juicy Legacy, very, very close second, I'd say. Even though I said by far. No, you know what? It's not even close second. It's second, but it's not close second. But have a look at this. There's no relics near him. Absolutely none. This is the closest one that he's got. And Kiljadi's very capable of walling that one out. Second one. Okay. And then we've got a whole bunch more. 1, 2, 3 down here. And then Don's got 3 clustered around him as well. It's not going to be an easy game if you're a relic enjoyer. We'll say that much. I mean, for Don, it's going to be very easy. He just walks a little bit and grabs his relics, and that's it. But unfortunately for Averley, you know, sometimes you get him and sometimes you get got. And today, it is a case of getting got. Now, he could just go Burgrave. You know, one of the things I was doing when I played a lot of FFA, because I would play FFA and I would love playing as the Holy Roman Empire, I would just start opening with the second scout. The sooner you get that scout out, the sooner... obviously, you're going to be delaying your age up and delaying your picking up of relics. But if you know where 10 out of 11 relics are, you're going to be picking up a lot more relics than if you know where 3 out of 10 are. So that was my thinking behind it. So we don't obviously see that today, but he is going to be the first one to age up here. Keep that in mind. Only on berries, though. So not the best spawn. You know, it's one of the things that you're looking for when you're going for the Holy Roman Empire is like a deer with gold. That is by far the best spawn you can have. but he didn't find it today. So it's going to be a little bit slow for him, but definitely not going to be in that Giga Chad position that we often see players in when they are playing as the Holy Roman Empire. Vortex now reaching the feudal age. Eco Wing coming through for Kiljardi. He's looking to take it slow over here on the west side. I'm going to sit back. Sorry, I'm just going to fix up my microphone. I'm sitting back in my chair. Got my legs up on the desk. Pepino Pig. She is, has she clicked up yet? Doesn't look like she, there we go. She's got the click up through now. It is going to be going for industry. I do like this. I feel like this is massively underused. I remember the first time I saw this, and, you know, we had Corvinus who was getting a TC down at 4 minutes flat. And I was like, this really is good for matchups where there's aggression that comes out early. So I'll be looking forward to seeing how Pepino does in the south of the map. Now let's check in over on the east side, because if we had to predict who was going to be the first one to go out, you'd have to say it's got to be either Lucifron or Loralia. The fact that they're so close to each other, and they could potentially be locked in combat for a long time, makes them very ripe to be a target. So whether CSO will look to converge from the north or whether Donati will look to attack from the south remains to be seen, but I suspect it is going to be aggression that comes out. Waverley starting to do a bit of a farm transition as well here. He's got the Archon Chapel pumping out or helping out those villagers, increasing that gather rate. Back over towards the west side, second TC coming up here for Kiljardi. Plenty of vills on stone, so it's going to be 3 TC, which is kind of standard. Take a look at this. We got the Uber. We got 2 stables coming down, and Loralia is going to spot this as well. Very well done by Loralia to realize and to say, hold on, there's nothing in the base. Let's just double check and see if we can find that Uber, and she does. So the natural, well, it's an archery range, not a stable, but so the natural thing to do here is fall back towards your own base and start making some production facilities, and that's exactly what she'll start to do here. So it's going to be a barracks that comes down initially here. Keshik's obviously going to be very, very good in this situation, but oh, I just realized this could be a bit troublesome for her. She's got no backup gold. Her closest next gold is going to be this one at the back. Everything else is cut off. There's 2 big golds in the middle. She's not going to be able to take those. Her gold out here hasn't been able to, or she hasn't secured it with an outpost. So I think it was just the fact that she scouted the stable a little bit too late, only running past at the very end. But now that village going to be under pressure. And the town center, she's going to be able to hold here for a decent amount of time. But you got to remember that when it comes to speed, Lucifron does not mess around. So expect to see a blacksmith getting thrown down shortly. Age ups now fully completed for everybody. Pepino Pig, our last one to age up, and you can see that town center is coming down immediately. The moment she ages up, she instantly clicks the town center, and I love this. This is such a cool strategy because getting that town center up faster means that you get villagers out faster. So it's kind of the reward that keeps on giving throughout the game. But now that positioning starting to look more and more worrisome here for Loralia. Sacred Site going to be taken in the middle. Very early Sacred Sites getting taken here by Vortex. Now, keep in mind, he's got 2 out of the 3 Sacred Sites that he's looking to take here, which is perfect for him. If there were 2 Sacred Sites in this game, it could be a big problem. But there's not. There's 3. If there's 2, he becomes a bit of a target because he can wall them up and then pretend like he's not going to go for a sacred victory. All right, well, Lucifron picks up some very big value early on in this game to replace that. It's going to take a lot of resources, and you can see that we've got Loralia that's trying to build more houses, but the houses are getting targeted by the town center. That's how close she is to Lucifron. Not a pretty sight to see. Meanwhile, rest of the map looks pretty quiet. Don Artie going to be going Castle Age, High Trade House in the corner. Beautiful little spot. He's going to be the first one up, and I suspect he's going to look to drop down that monastery immediately. Immediately pops the king out as well. We're right on board with him as he spots out everybody, and he says, "Oh my God, I've got the dream spawn. Everyone else is in a bit of a tough spot, but not me. Not me. I've got such a good spawn." And he does. He's got a very good spawn. He's quite accessible. In fact, there's just kind of like this ring of players around him, but they're all kind of far enough away that he doesn't have to worry about them. And Averley now going to be reaching the castle age as well. Regnit's coming through. He's going to be dropping that king out, checking on where everybody is. Outposts are starting to come up, and you can see that he's got the scouts. But I don't know how much he's actually spotted out on this map. That's the only thing. There's the king now. So he's going to be looking to utilize that special ability. Pop him back in. Reveal everybody. All right, where's the blacksmith? There's got to be a blacksmith coming out shortly. Because the only way you're going to crack this egg is with a battering ram. I don't think you're doing it any other... Oh, look at this. Dangerous. This is dangerous because not only do you leave the town center vulnerable, but obviously the villagers are exposed. But when you leave the town center vulnerable, it means that your town center doesn't have any vills in the capacity, or any vills in the, in your arrow capacity. It also means you don't have backup vills to repair the town center, and it also means that you don't have villagers to siege down the battering rams. Now, of course, you can also do like a little pop, but it's always going to be tough, and you can see now those vills going to get sniped out. Loralia in a little bit of trouble. Probably best bet is to return to that backside and try and gather from over there instead. She definitely does have a bit of a safe space towards this top side of the base, but take a look at this as we've got walls coming up from Giljardi. I think he realizes just how good he has got it. The walls are starting to complete. He could definitely go a little bit safer, but I think he wants to secure this relic. I don't know whether it's been discovered by Averley just yet, but Averley's gone and picked up one relic, so he's not doing terribly. Meanwhile, relic's getting taken by Don. First one, second one's already come through, sorry. That's he's actually picked up all 3 of his relics, so he's a happy camper right now. Blacksmith, still looking for it. Okay, it's got to be in because I see battering rams are on the field right now. There it is. It's over on the backside, and we can hear those relics getting secured. Don Artie up to 3 relics early on in this game. Meanwhile, on the west side, there will be inevitable relics that get collected by Giljardi. He's got the age up on the way as well. CSO reaching Castle Age. Culture Wing coming through for Giljardi. Remember, he is playing the OG Abbasid. And now Loralia could be in trouble as the Mongols begin to push under. Lucifron still in the feudal age, looking to pick up some points here in this game. If he's able to pick up first blood and do it in the feudal age, he's going to be very happy with himself. But Loralia, she's going to get caught out of position here, fighting a little bit too far from the town center. Doesn't have an opportunity to siege down those battering rams. And the villagers finally make their way back. Imperial officials going to do a little bit of tax collecting before, no, manages to survive. Don's going to capture that 3rd sacred site down the south side, but unfortunately for Loralia, it looks like it's only a matter of time. One of the battering rams getting stuck. There we go. Lucifron fixing it up, and it is so damn hard. It is so damn hard to play when you have got somebody this close to you, especially someone as talented as Lucifron. Like, I think the reality is, like, 9 out of 10 players that we've got in the Outback Octagon spawning this close to Lucifron is going to result in a very quick death. And you can see, even under the town center right now, he's going to try and throw down a 3rd battering ram just to get this down a bit quicker, because he knows every second counts. There could be other players across the lobby that are currently locked in battle, or there could be another player that's gearing up to try and take out Loralia here and try and snipe her out. You know, up towards the north, we've got CSO, who is lying in wait, and to the south, Don Artie. So the longer that the game goes, the more online they become. And now Don Artie is going to spot this out. He's going to see that, and he's going to immediately, look at this, beginning to make his way over towards his position. And this is why we've got the 3rd battering ram coming out. He knows it's only a matter of time. And now, I don't think he's going to have time. Don's going to try for a snipe, but with the next round of attacks, I suspect we're probably going to see the king come out. Indeed it is. Loralia is going to be our first player eliminated from this game as the king does go down. Painful to see. Painful to see. But the consequence, look at this. Look at this. The Sharks came running. It was so damn close. Lucifron knew it as well. You have got to strike, and you've got to strike very quickly. My lord. Let's check in with Vortex and see how he's doing. Vortex with a lot of units. Bro? What? 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 How quick was this? I didn't even realize Pepino Pig in this. Our Australian representation. No, somebody stop him. You can't just take out Pepino. I didn't even see her. Vortex was 1 second quicker. Get out. Was he seriously? I heard the sound go off and I thought, oh, it was probably just from the Twitch stream that we're watching to get the chat from. That was what my head thought. I didn't even... We missed first blood. I can't believe we actually missed it. And more importantly, Vortex took first blood from his brother. He sniped out someone before Lucifron could. Aveling now reaching Imperial Age. I can't believe I missed that. I'm so sorry. How did I miss that? It's literally, it was red versus blue. Like, you can't get more polar opposite on the colors. I mean, maybe black and white. How do I miss that? I'm looking at the minimap and I'm checking. Like, you got to understand, right? I'm looking at the minimap constantly to try and see action. I don't know how I missed that. I'm so sorry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, first 2 players eliminated in this lobby. Our two girls, we had Loralia from France, we had Pepino Pig from Australia. They both get taken out by the Spanish brothers. You guys are bullies. I'm just putting it out there. You 2 Spanish guys are bullies. Stop that. Stop it right now. Vortex also in the feudal age. Keep that in mind. So he's looking to put pressure out here, and Don's going to be in trouble. Vortex is trying to speed run this game. He says, I reckon we can take out more people. Meanwhile, the town center from Lucifron is under pressure. He's got a lot of knights here, but he's still only... in the, hold on, I just realized these are Don Artie's knights. These are not Knights of Lucifron. I just realized they're fighting each other, and now we're going to see Don Artie look to fall back towards his own base because he's under pressure. Meanwhile, Kiljardi is Imperial Age. A couple more units from Lucifron. He's going to try his best to hold at the town center. It's not on a lot of health. We might have ourselves another quick game. Of course, any game where you've got two Spanish bros in the same lobby is going to be a quick bloody game. And they are not looking to hold back here. It is just aggression out the wazoo. Meanwhile, on the west side of the map, like, everything is so calm. Like, you know, we got Kiljardi minding his own business. The trouble Kiljardi's going to have, he's got a great spawn, but if he's not killing people and if too many people die quickly, he's not going to have the pop space to play with. All right, well, it looks like for the moment, Don is able to hold off on this attack. And I wouldn't be surprised if he looks to head back up towards the north side and see if he can pick up a kill over there. Gosh, I tell you what. Now, I will just once again apologize. I really didn't intend on missing a king kill there. And it wasn't just a king kill. We didn't even know. It wasn't even part of the narrative at this point in the game. It was just kind of like, what? What happened? Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Look, it's late. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. I've just woken up. I'll throw out all the excuses I can. I got children. What other excuses can I make? Come on. Anyway, King's going to go for a bit of a run. He's the only one left, and he tries his best to make his way across the map. But unfortunately, CSO spots him. He makes a connection, and now he's trying to block with the Deer Stones. Go, Lucifron, go. I want to believe. Oh, it's a sad state of affairs, but Lucifron goes down, and Don Artie, nowhere to be seen. Didn't even leave a couple cavalry units nearby to see if he could pick up a king kill. The unfortunate state of affairs for him. So, you know, Lucifron, he did well there. Vortex distracted him, but in the end, he still goes down. Unit numbers starting to look very good for Don. He's got quite a nice lead here against Vortex. Needs to pick up early kills here. Wants to try and get that extra population and guarantee his position in the mid to late game. Meanwhile, Averley, he's on 2 relics. It's not terrible. I mean, 2 relics ain't bad. But Don Artie's on 4, and he's going to continue to pick up more. His tempo is looking strong. But in the north of the map. So CSO's got 1 kill so far. So he's in a good position for the late game. And Don's just going to go straight through, and Castle Age finally comes through for Vortex. Picks up the relics. No, that was Don picking up the relics. Apologies. Oh, Lord. Oh, I thought this was an army moving towards the base of Vortex, but it's not the case. Relic sniped away by Don. Town center under pressure, and it looks like Vortex might be going down. I mean, this is the consequence of going for early army in situations like this is, you know, he managed to pick up the first kill. He managed to get first blood. I can't believe he got pipped at the post like that by Lucifron did. So what's crazy is that, like, Lucifron was building that 3rd ram, and we called it out. The fact that he was building that 3rd ram, and that Don Artie was literally seconds away, that CSO was seconds away, but not only that, but that he got sniped out. He got beaten by Vortex in that situation. But speaking of Vortex, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be going out. A very quick game for him, 19 minutes, and he's on to the onto a better life in the next round. We'll see him over there. Meanwhile, CSO says, I wonder if I can find any sneaky king kill over here. Nice little attempt. Warrior Monk, unfortunately, beautifully positioned there, right up against the edge. Could look to send out a Monk, but I doubt it's going to happen. Town Center going to be under pressure. Remember, Don is still not yet Imperial Age. CSO's got quite the lead on him, actually. And these are mounted samurai. These aren't your standard knights. These are mounted samurai. So Don picks up that kill. Don hits Imperial Age. King's going to make a run across here immediately, get himself in the Spaskaya, and we can see that CSO gets himself on the move straight away. Golden Gate for the Don as well, so he's got plenty of opportunity for stone to purchase, or to purchase stone for those stone walls. You know, it's been awfully quiet on the western side of the map, but we'll go take a look, because Kiljardi's on 125 villagers right now, and he's looking to bully down Averley. Averley with only 2 relics. The keepers come online. Cannon emplacements firing off, and the Swabia is unfortunately caught out of position here. A little bit of Malcolm in the middle. Meanwhile, Don Artie's town center is under pressure. Vills are going down. Berries are being examined by the Vills. And now Don looking to defend the town center. Keep in mind, he's gone to Imperial Age, yet to receive those elite upgrades. No Boyer's Fortitude for him yet either, but he does have the Warrior Monk here to provide a little bit of assistance. Dare he stay for an extended battle, and the elite upgrade's still not yet through for the Don. Meanwhile, on the west side, another 1v1 is slowly unfolding as the Mangonels. Look at the amount of siege that's coming down here. Siege Workshop, double Siege Workshop on the front. And there's Don's upgrades coming through. Elite Knights right on time for the Don. hopefully he's thinking about more than just the elite upgrades. We want to see Boyer's Fortitude. We want to see those Knight Polearm those pole axes rather. But he is holding it down on this eastern front. He's picked up 1 kill. He wants the second though. Vortex has been taken out. And now those landmarks are getting destroyed. It's the Swabia that's gone down. And with Swabia gone down, Avali's on 98 vils. That is a very... I mean, ideally, in an FFA like this, you want to be on, say, 130, 140 at this point. So the fact that he's cut that off, it really, really hurts. So Don pretty much broke even there. I mean, we do see he's got 13 cav out. For CSO, he's also got 13 cav, but those are going to be heading back home. Those are going to be built up back home, and he's got some decent walls coming up. Have a look at this. He's got stone walls across the top of the map, something that we hadn't really recognized. And he continues to look for more stone walls towards the south. Meanwhile, the push is coming to shove. Over in the middle of the map. Have a look at this. I got to be honest with you guys. Kiljardi's position looks amazing. The fact that he's fully walled up. He's not fully stone walled in though. Have a look at this. This is a little bit of an error, I would say. Because we've seen Kiljardi do this before, where he hasn't gone for the full walls. Culverin out now. Keep in mind, the Culverin is a unique replacement for the Bombard, if I remember correctly. Let's take a look and see. Yeah, so he doesn't have access to the Bombard. He's only got access to the Culverin. So the Culverin are now your Bombards. It's a bit weird. Mangonels, has he picked up the unique Mangonel upgrade? Hasn't yet. It's a little bit expensive. He's got the Culture Wing, so it's slightly cheaper. But now... holding it down. The Bombard's going to fire off. These guys are Culverin v. Culverin. You can see we've got the repairs starting to come out. Mangonel's looking to get into position. A lot of infantry here for Avali on the defensive. Elite men-at-arms, veteran spearmen. Numbers are in his favor, but there are hand cannoneers on the side of Kiljardi. Meanwhile, towards the south, single outpost from CSO, and Don Artie manages to keep that head above water. Vil count. How is Don only on 54 vils? He built a second town center, but I guess it got taken out. Is that what happened? He must have lost a lot of vils. How is he so far behind? CSO's on 119. That is not good for the Don. He needs to rebuild those TCs immediately, and that's what he's doing, is looking for that second TC. And now take a look at this. CSO looking to get involved. Realizes that Avali may be the fish that he could take a little bit of a bite out of. Comes in, looks to clean out the existing troops here. Meanwhile, the town center holds on. Keep in mind, he's got emergency repairs. Dare he need it. There are a fair few battering rams here. Remember, the Culverin on the back is going to work down these battering rams as well. It's going to be so hard in my brain to condition myself now to change the role of what the Culverin is. Because in my head, the Culverin is like an anti-siege unit. And it's just not the case anymore. It's anti-building, it's anti-ship, and anti-infantry. A little bit of anti-infantry. Meanwhile, from the north, look at this. We got more siege workshops coming in. Huge amount of cavalry. He's looking to try and pick up any reinforcements that he can. Wants to make sure that the pressure is alleviated from Avali so that he can swoop in and take the kill. Meanwhile, the Don senses there might be an opportunity for a kill. Begins making his way out. King was out of... I saw the King on the map. I saw the King on the map for a split second. There he is. Town center. No emergency repairs option. He's going to try and rush it out the back, I suspect, here. He's got a couple of outposts he can play whack-a-mole with. Not really a lot of space to run, though. And now, Avali. Oh, there's the King! There's the King! He jumps into the fortified outpost. The town center goes down. Don Artie looking to try and snipe out this kill. Nowhere to be found. CSO from the north. It's not going to matter as the King goes down and Kiljardi picks up a kill. We got Kiljardi on 250. CSO on 250. And Don Artie on 250. It is even. And this is the hardest part of FFA. This is where it comes down to politics, positioning, patience, and most importantly, perseverance. Or as I like to say, the 4 Ps of FFA. I did well to find that last P. I was thinking about it for a while, and I was running through a whole bunch of different words. Some that were family friendly, some that were not family friendly. But we managed to find one that worked. So, in the end, it looks like Kiljardi has recognized CSO might actually be the threat. Now, keep in mind, they don't see the scores in the lobby. Scores are not enabled. We see the scores, but they don't. They just see their names. So they'll say like, oh, CSO, age 4. But they don't see, you know, as an example, Kiljardi doesn't know that CSO has a huge economy with 138 vills. He doesn't know that Don is a weakling with only 74 vills on the other side of the map. He's got no clue. So CSO's got to do his best to defend here. And this is a very, they're getting punished right now because CSO has been playing into the knight meta. He's been making a whole bunch of knights. You can see he's all elite samurai. And so the natural response is that you go into hand cannoneer with spears. And that's exactly what Kiljardi's doing. And now he's got no real response to it. How do you deal with this on the defensive? He's going to have a hard time. If anything, right now, Don Artie needs to get online with CSO and work together to take out Kiljardi because he is big. He's scary. He's got a lot of units. And have a look at this. He's got a relic coming up the back here. I don't think he's going to try for an intercept. No, he's not going to be able to find it. So, when it comes to Hail Marys or... Okay, we do finally have the stone walls coming up. It looks like Kiljardi has learned from his mistakes. Has managed to wall off each of these positions. And Don's in the middle of the map. Now, keep in mind, Don's tempo is going to be quite low in this current game. He's not going to be useful for a while. Needs to take advantage of the units that he's got. So, at the moment, he does have 33 knights. But obviously, the enemy has got a huge counter army. It's all spears and hand cannoneers. Town center firing off. Where's that king? He's inside the castle of the crow. He's holding it out towards the back. There's a lot of vills up here. So he should be able to get some decent repair in. Oh my god, that is so many battering rams. Don Artie, you got to go now, Don. Where's the army for Don? CSO's going to try and round the corner here. He's starting to move into Geisha. Mango's on the backside. Has he picked up the upgrade? Has he picked up the upgrade? I don't see the Siege Workshop, so I can't tell you whether he's picked up the upgrade. But he's got the triple Mango on the south side. Elite Ghulam's going to run in as well to try and pick them off. Should be able to find them, but he's done a decent job so far. The king's under pressure. The king is under pressure. Don Artie, nowhere to be seen. CSO, he's going to go down right here, right now, as the king gets taken out. And Kiljardi becomes the absolute big fish in this pond. Ladies and gentlemen, with 2 players remaining and CSO being eliminated, it leaves us in a sticky spot. In the west of the map, in the color orange, a maximum population of 300. Representing Team Finland on the Abbasid, it's Kiljardi. And in the southeast of the map, on the Rus with a maximum population of 250. Slowly building up steam in his train. From the Netherlands, it's Don Artie. Where is Don's army, though? That is the big question for me, because realistically, Don's got a couple of opportunities to win here. The first one is sacred sites, right? And this is not an option that's afforded to his enemy here. Kiljardi does not have this option because the third sacred site is inside the base of Don, underneath the Spasskaya Tower with the king inside. You're not getting it. So that's only offered to Don Artie here. The trouble is, I don't think it even gets to that stage. The tempo from Kiljardi right now is very significant. He's been building up this entire game. 3 TC. He had a beautiful spawn. Completely walled off from the rest of humanity. And just took his time. He had lots of resources in the back of the base. Nobody came to attack him. And now that leaves him with a very favorable position. When it comes to score, about a 3k advantage over the top of Don Artie. And now, Kiljardi looks to begin making his forward base in the center of the map. He's got a number of options as to how he goes about winning. You might be thinking about maybe a potential wonder. Doesn't really make sense here. You can just, you take advantage of the population advantage that you've got. 33 knights, 20 Streltsy out for the Don. So he's looking to start getting more Streltsy out. Now keep in mind, these are Abbasid hand cannoneers. They get a little bit of extra health on them. So they're quite nice to have. Streltsy, obviously a very good, unique hand cannoneer. Probably the best in the game, actually. No, actually, the Chinese hand cannoneer is probably better with pyrotechnics. Don Artie, 6 relics, is looking to capture a 7th one. Not going to be the way, though. Doesn't want to take this fight. Don Artie, you got to get out right now. Does not want to take this fight at all. Now, how does he get out? That's the next question. Don's doing a great job of scouting. Have a look at this. So he's looking to try and scout out the enemy position, the enemy base, see how he can get through there. The only trouble is, Don, there is no way through. This is an incredibly defensive position. It is the perfectly defensible position. It's actually insane how good that is. Meanwhile, sacred sites are getting taken, but as I stressed earlier, do not fret, ladies and gentlemen. It is no concern to him. We've got the bombard out. Keep in mind the bombard has been changed. It does a lot of damage against buildings and ships and infantry, but that is it. It was moving forward to try and get some little kisses on the enemy. Second bombard going to be rolling out here as well. Streltsy continuing to kite backwards, doing a good job. Bombard's going to unfold now. And Don Artie's economy up to 130. So he's managed to come online here. The only trouble is when it comes to his max population, he's still down that 50 maximum population compared to Kiljardi. But you can definitely win this fight. You know, 200 versus 250 is hard. 250 versus 300, it's doable. It is doable. You can... Oh, he thinks he might have found a way through. Don Artie looking to see if he can pull the squeeze. Let's see if it happens. I don't think he's going to be able to, but there's always a will. And there's always a way with the Don Artie. Let's have a look and see. No, there's no way. Hold on. No, Don, don't do it. No, Don, don't do it. He's been cornered. There's so many knights in here, but there's just spearmen on the other side. Oh, trapped between a rock and a hard place. The rock being the cliff and the hard place being that of the spears. Knights is still doing a decent job, but just not a very cost-effective battle. Meanwhile, Don's pushing back on the front. Look at the amount of Streltsy that are out. He's got the UFO technology that's come through direct from... I don't even know where the UFOs are from. Do we talk a bit about the UFOs? Do we touch on it? I mean, this could be a long game right now. This could be a long game. Don's lost a whole bunch of knights, and his tempo is going to be slowed down a bit. Kiljardi's got a good economy. He's got a huge amount of military. I think we've got time to talk about UFOs. All right, let's talk a little bit about it. So, there's been a lot of movement in the UFO. When I say movement, it's like it's like movement with like the two fingers going like movement. There's been a lot of movement in the UFO sphere. There's they're talking. There's rumors in the scientific community that there should be an announcement within the next couple months about finding biosignatures as well as tech signatures on a planet that's not too far away from us, a couple light years away, in fact. So we'll keep an eye on that one. I don't know. You know, when it comes to this kind of stuff, right? It's one of those things where I feel like I'm talking about mythology. Like, yeah, for all your Aries out there, just keep in mind that you want to be patient this month. It's not going to be an easy month for you. That kind of thing. So I appreciate. Oh, the Mangonels! Oh, did you see the Mangonels right there? Oh, Kiljardi absolutely destroying the front line of Don Artie Streltsy, and he walks back away from the front line with his tail between his legs. That was about 4,000 resources worth of damage in the blink of an eye. Don says, I'm sorry, but I'm going to need some Mangonels of myself. The new Mangonels, they're kind of good, ladies and gentlemen, especially when you got this many of them. Wow. Whew. Jeez Louise. He don't mess around, does he? That was painful. That was very painful. Now, Don's got a lot of bombards. I don't know how helpful that's going to be here. All right. Whew. Jeez Louise. He's rallying into the enemy army. Never a place you really want to be rallied into. Don at 218. He wants to try and max out. He needs to get to 250 max pop immediately. He's going to try and fight with the bombards. Streltsy going to look to defend it as well. He can use the bombards to focus down the mangoes on the back, and that's what he'll do. But the mango's still going to get some good shots off. Have a look at the mangoes. This massive splash damage there. Front line evaporates. Next round of mangoes. Next round of mangoes like a Queensland mango farmer. He comes through and just obliterates the entire front line of bananas right there and says, see you later. Next round. Who wants some more? I made plenty of archers for you to take it. And Don Artie is in trouble. Big mango shots again. He's got to have the upgrade. I'm not even going to check. I know he's got the upgrade. You aren't doing like damage. You aren't doing damage like that without the upgrade. That was absolute insanity, dude. Wow. Now, keep in mind, that upgrade is very expensive. It's 1,200 or 2,200 resources to get that upgrade. By far the most expensive upgrade in the game. But that single upgrade has just won him this game. Don Artie was out of position by a little bit, and immediately we saw Kiljardi take advantage. He's now got a huge push starting to come through. You can see he definitely has picked up that upgrade. That was incredible. Wow. So, for anybody wondering about the siege rework, basically the idea was they wanted to give it less strength in the Castle Age, but more strength in the Imperial Age. And that's exactly where it currently sits. It is not to be messed with in the Imperial Age. And I can guarantee you, all the FFA players that are watching this game will see that and go, okay, Mangonels are good if I get that upgrade. I should be beelining for that. Like, that is incredible. You can't make ranged units against that. That is insanity. Ville's going to try their best to keep the keep alive, but Don Artie, you can't help but feel like he may be on a timer here. Even though no sacred sites are taken, he is definitely on a timer. Kiljardi, we called him out at the beginning of the game. We said he's got a beautiful spawn. He is isolated. He's got resources. He's got nobody near him. And he is so damn defensible. Now the defense from Don Artie. He's holding on for dear life here, but you can't help but feel it's going to be tough, especially with the reinforcements. Look at the reinforcements from Kiljardi. He's max 300 out of 300. Don Artie, 127 out of 250. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Don to hang up the boots. More buildings going to be put down on the front. Siege workshops at the front here as well. It is just constantly rallying through. When it comes to the town centers, he'll be looking to try and keep that king alive inside the Spasskaya. 13,000 health on it. Don going to be fighting till the end. Now remember, Don can surrender at any time. He doesn't have to stay and defend the line. But remember, Don is that kind of guy. He would never, you know, if he was driving, if he was piloting a large cruise ship through a small canal, not even a small canal, you know, if he was just kind of close to land, he would not be getting off that cruise ship if it, well, if he had a little bit too much to drink, maybe. Who knows? You never really know when people have a bit too much to drink. Oddly specific. But Don Artie, he's not hopping off the cruise ship. Not now. Stick it out, Don. I believe. You know, we haven't even really talked about win conditions for the Don. And that's because there are none. There's no win condition here. You've got that much defensible land coming through from the side of Kiljardi. Like, there's no way that you can secretly get through here. It's just not happening. And the longer this goes, look, Don is going to get worn down. But Kiljardi's position just gets better. Like, this is what you're working with. You've got to try and make magic happen through here. And even then, you've got to work through 17,000 health. It's like the Hail Mary that you can potentially throw here is just the tiniest possible chance of success. More troops towards the front. Don Artie sits on 5 military population. A little bit over 6,000 resources in the bank. A lot of that gold. And now holding on for dear life towards that east side. He puts down plenty more production. Some weird little stone walls, but, you know, how else would you describe Don Artie? Weird little stone walls. I think that perfectly summarizes the Dutchman. Weird little stone walls. And that's going to be it. Don Artie throws down the gauntlet and then picks it back up and says, all right, I've had my fun. Ladies and gentlemen, that is game number 18? Number 18 of Outback Octagon. And I got to say, Outback Octagon 3. And I got to say, if there is a pivotal moment in that game, it's got to be the Mangos. Have a look at the military count. Spot the Mangonels. I'll give you a hint. It's right there. Look at that, dude. Absolutely crazy how much damage those things did. Actually, now that I think about it, it was probably this point right here. It went free fall. It literally just went free fall. Wow, let's take a look at some of the stats at the end there. So for economic count, you can see Don was very slow to the party. And I think that was partly because he got that second TC taken out by CSO. But I think it was also because he just didn't go for a 2 TC fast castle. He just did a 1 TC fast castle, which was a bit weird, Don. But especially with the space that he had. But I'll give it to him. He played it out well. And in the end, obviously, Kiljardi, we kind of picked him from the beginning with that kind of spawn. Just absolutely ruthless throughout the game. Managed to pick up some kills along the way. And that was it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to leave you there, though. We're going to go take a quick look at the leaderboard because this is updated as of the last game. I don't know whether this current game has been updated. Let's take a look, though, and you can see where the standings currently are. So, at the moment, we've still got Puppy Paw Beastie, but CSO has now taken a little jump up. I think this actually has been updated since... it's been updated since the last game, the previous game, but not... I don't know whether the current one's been included. Then we've got Marine Lord. Vortex has jumped up quite a bit as well, and actually, I think it has been updated. You can see it's got the 6 games that they've played, both CSO and Vortex. Now, just keep in mind that with these current scores, that there have only been a quarter of the player population that have played those full 6 games, and there's still, 3 more sets of games to come up. So we'll leave it there, and of course, we will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.